Guys, a couple of months back on YouTube, I'd made a detailed video titled BCOM is useless in India. The major reason that I made that video was to suggest each one of you that your only degrees like BCOM is not valid anymore. Whereas if you want to command a premium in the society, if you want to make good money, have a good career, then you should look at various specializations and certifications that can help you do that. I'd recommend you a lot of things like CFA, CA, ACCA, CIMA. Post that video, one major doubt that I've been getting from all you people is regarding ACCA. What's the scope of ACCA? What's the salary you can get? Is ACCA even valid in India today or not? And guys, I thought of making this detailed video so that I can clear all your doubts. In this video, I'm going to be discussing in detail about ACCA, the salary packages you can expect, whether it's worth it and valid in India, what are the pros and cons of pursuing ACCA, and a lot more. So without any further ado, let's get started. As you all know, ACCA stands for Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. It's a global professional accounting body that offers the Chartered Certified Accountant qualifications. It is recognized in more than 180 countries with more than 2,27,000 members as of now and more than 5,45,000 students currently pursuing ACCA all across the world. If I really have to explain it to a layman, ACCA is nothing but like becoming a chartered accountant in the UK because the headquarters of this body is in the UK. So a lot of the accounting things, taxation things that they're teaching you is in relevance with global standards, specifically keeping UK in mind. Now once that is clear, you know that you can pursue ACCA anytime in your life after you finish your class 12. So whether you're going for your undergraduation, masters, if you're in a current job right now, if you want to switch jobs, if you're very free in life, you can definitely do ACCA. The usual time that it takes to complete an ACCA degree is 3 to 4 years, keeping an average student in mind. There are students who even complete this in 2 years, and then there are a few who even take 4 to 5 years to complete this degree. But I'm taking an average time of 3 to 4 years in order for you to complete these ACCA exams and get the qualification. In total, there are 13 exams that you have to give in order to become ACCA. These 13 exams of ACCA are divided in 3 broad categories. Number 1, ACCA Applied Knowledge, that has exams relating to business and technology, financial accounting, management accounting. Number 2, ACCA Skill Level, wherein you'll have exams related to corporate and business law, taxation, finance reporting, performance management, financial management, audit and assurance. And third is the ACCA Professional Level. This is how they've divided all of their 13 exams. Now guys, one of the best parts about ACCA is that they have partnered up with almost all the private universities in India, whether it's a Symbiosis or a VIT, Jyoti Nivas or a Christu Jayanti, Christ University or Mount Carmel's College. They have partnered up with almost all the private college, which gives you all students a lot of benefits and advantages because they are willing to provide you exemptions in these 13 exams itself. So out of the 13 exams, they are very freely giving exemptions of 5 to 9 exams. That depends on the terms and conditions that your college have set with their ACCA body. Some of the colleges have 5 paper exemption, some of them have 8 paper exemption, and some of them even have a 9 paper exemption. Now this definitely depends on a lot of factors like the brand name of your college, number 2, the curriculum of the course that you're going for, number 3, the exams that ACCA has, how much of those are being taught in your particular BBA or a BCom program will majorly decide the kind of exemptions that you're going to have. Now if somebody is watching this video and has not enrolled in any of the private colleges where ACCA has a collaboration, specifically with government college students where the government colleges have not tied up with ACCA, you can still directly write to the ACCA body and they will look at the curriculum that you're studying in your particular government college, and according to that they'll come up with the number of 5, 6, 7 paper exemptions that they're willing to give you. So you just have to give the remaining exams, which is definitely one of the best parts about ACCA. Now let's talk about the cost of pursuing ACCA and how much money would you have to invest in order to become an ACCA. Guys, the registration fees of ACCA is somewhere around 7,000. The exam fees for each exam costs from 12,000 to 15,000 rupees. Even if you guys are getting some exemption in terms of your exam, you will have to pay them an exemption fees for these exams. Third is the annual subscription, which is of 11,000 rupees per year that you have to pay to the ACCA body. Now, fourth is the study material and tuition fees. This definitely differs from student to student because there are some people who will be preparing for ACCA on their own using materials, using free material and free YouTube videos, whereas some of you might have to pay to your college. Like Christ has their own coaching institute and you have to pay to them. Whereas for a few people, you might look out at external bodies who prepare and are specializing in ACCA preparation, and you might have to pay them. So this cost really differs for person to person. Now guys, all the numbers that I've used in terms of cost are only ballpark figures and are not the exact cost, because the exact cost will differ each year depending on multiple factors. As you all know that ACCA is a UK body, they charge their money in pounds, and there can be an inflation rate or appreciation or depreciation in the rupee versus the pound, and hence the money could differ. At the same time, ACCA body itself sometimes slashes the prices of these exams and the registration fees in order to lure all you people to register with them and fill up for the forms and appear for these exams, because at the end of the day they are also making money off these qualifications, and hence they can sometimes give discount of 40 pounds, 50 pounds, and sometimes they are even charging more depending on the demand and supply. So this is just a ballpark figure that I've given to you. Now coming to the salaries and packages that you can get after you become an ACCA. Now guys, again, this is not a blanket statement that I'm making. Just to give you an analysis, I've divided into 3 broad categories. Number 1 is the entry level people. These are usually undergrads who finished their college. Along with their college, they were pursuing ACCA, and you all can expect packages of 4 to 6 lakhs. Second is the medium level. These are people who've either appeared for masters or MBA, and during that they've given ACCA, or people who've had 3 to 5 years of work experience, and you can expect packages approximately from 8 lakhs to about 12 to 14 lakhs. And third is the senior level. These are people who've done really well in terms of their career and have a work experience of 5 to 8 years, and you all can expect packages somewhere from 14 lakhs rupees per annum. And this can obviously does not have any upper limit. If you become a CFO of a very good company, you can even be making 40, 50, 60 lakhs, plus ESOPs are different. So there is no upper limit to this, but usually the packages can start from 14 lakhs onwards if you have an experience of 5 years and above in the same field. Again guys, the little terms and conditions that I want to give you here is that sometimes when you get placed in the big 4 firms, they might not recognize your ACCA degree, and you'll have to get to the right department and work with the right team and people in order for them to acknowledge the fact that, oh, you come from an ACCA background, hence they need to give you more. This really depends on the individual conversation that you are having with your company and the job role and the job description that you get. Now coming to the very hotly demanded thing, what are the pros of pursuing ACCA and what are the cons of pursuing ACCA, keeping specifically India in mind. Number 1 pro of doing ACCA is that it is globally recognized. So if you people are looking for a career abroad, this definitely can be one of the things, because ACCA is very well recognized. Definitely in India it's not very prevalent, but if you go abroad, whether it's Australia, Canada, UK, very well people know about it. So if you're looking for a career abroad, maybe 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the line, it is really very good because it's very globally recognized. Second is the comprehensive curriculum. Now guys, I genuinely know people who've done ACCA specifically for the curriculum, because they feel that they're getting to learn skills and knowledge which they will not be able to get anywhere else. ACCA covers a wide range of subjects such as financial reporting, audit, taxation, business law, making sure that you are very well sound when it comes to knowledge related to auditing, taxation and finance. So specifically for people who are looking for a career in the field of finance and accounting, auditing, taxation, this is an amazing curriculum to study and have that, one-up knowledge amongst all your peers who do not come from an ACCA background. Third pro of pursuing ACCA is the flexible nature it has. Like I told you guys, that anybody who's finished his or her class 12th exams is eligible to apply for ACCA and can start pursuing ACCA. And this is very flexible in nature that you don't specifically have to go to any institute. You can do it at your own pace from your own home itself while pursuing multiple other degrees or a full-time job and things like that, which makes it very, very lucrative in nature. You don't specifically have to shut down all the doors, lock everything and just pursue ACCA. You can do it side by side parallelly, and it's very self-paced in nature. Like I told you at the very start of the video, some can take 2 years, some can take 3 years, some can take 5 years. So you can pace it accordingly and you don't have to worry about the number of attempts and things like that. Fourth and the last reason is the high completion rate and cost effectiveness of ACCA. Now guys, if you compare ACCA with other competitive degrees like chartered accountancy, you will see that a lot more number of people are able to finish ACCA degrees, whereas the others who are pursuing other competitive financial certifications sometimes drop out because of how hard it is. I don't need to shy away from telling you this real scenario of chartered accountancy, right? Like there's so many number of people who appear for chartered accountancy and give up in between, their CPT or CA intermediate level because it's so hard, they can't do it and they've spent so many years. Whereas when we compare this number with ACCA, a lot of people who enroll or start pursuing ACCA usually end up finishing as well. So they have a very high completion rate. Along with that, it is very cost effective. If you compare it with other degrees like CPA and CFA, ACCA comes out to be cheaper than them, which again makes it a good option for people who want to invest some amount of money and get like a good degree out of it, get a good degree and knowledge out of it, and can leverage this in the job market later on. Okay, now coming to the cons of pursuing ACCA and why I would suggest you all not to pursue ACCA. Number one, again, I'm rebutting my own point, is the cost itself. Now, irrespective, guys, when we are comparing the cost of ACCA with CFA and stuff, we know ACCA is cheaper. But when we are comparing ACCA's cost with other, degrees and chartered accountancy and things like that, ACCA is very expensive. Like I told you, they charge money in pounds, and if you have to give 13 exams, some of you might not get any exemptions. The cost comes out to be really very expensive with annual subscriptions and the study material and all such things. And so if you people are not willing to invest that kind of money, please do not pursue ACCA. Second thing is the recognition in India itself, and this again will be my answer to telling you guys whether it is worth it in India or not. Guys, ACCA is definitely growing a lot. But in India, people still do not have any knowledge about ACCA. When they look at finance or BCOM, the only thing that comes to their mind is chartered accountancy, CA ban jao, CA kar lo, all of that. So a lot of the people, in fact, a lot of the people who are even hiring you might not have any knowledge of ACCA. And hence, even if you become ACCA, they might not value that, and that will reflect directly in the salary package that you're getting, or the job role that you're getting, and the job description that you're getting. Naturally, for somebody who's invested 2 to 3 years of his or her life pursuing ACCA, they would want to use their skills that they've learned while they were pursuing ACCA, and you might not get such kind of job opportunities. Specifically for the Indian companies that do not have an international outlay, which means they're not directly working with global companies or have a vision to expand globally, your degree of ACCA might not be valid, because they might be directly working only in the Indian market, where the skills that you've learned and the knowledge that you had about ACCA is not directly implementable. Now, the thing that I want to tell you is that, see, when I was working in Ernst & Young, I was in the international taxation department. Even though I moved to the US department, a few of my friends moved to the UK department. When they were in the UK department, their managers very directly told them that, hey boss, if you want to survive and grow further, you need to do ACCA. A few of my friends who went on to do ACCA and finish ACCA, they could immediately see a jump in their salaries. But for the others who, like me, went to the US department, some went to the Australia department, ACCA was not required, was not mandatory. So even if one of my friend who had ACCA and went to the Australia department, it's of no use for him. And then he had to obviously switch his company from, EY, and then he went to Deloitte in the UK department, and he started working. But I'm just giving you this little anecdote to tell you that it is still not very recognized in India, specifically in the Indian firms. Yes, the global accounting and auditing firms, whether it's EY, PwC, KPMG, Deloitte, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, they very well know it because they're MNCs, multinational corporations. They have offices across, and a lot of their back-end work is being done in India itself because India is cheap. So your ACCA degrees will be very, very valid here, because if you start working even in their back-end offices, they will recognize the fact that you come from an ACCA background, and will obviously show in the salaries that they're giving to you. So yes guys, that's about it for this particular video. Thank you so much for watching this video till the very end. I hope you got to know each and everything about ACCA, its salary packages, the cost it involves, and the worth of it. My last simple humble request to each one of you, and the reason why I made this video, is that I don't want you to fall in the trap of herd mentality or bhed chal. Just because 3 or 4 of your friends are doing ACCA doesn't mean that you need to do ACCA as well. Please do your full research in terms of the cost and the benefits of it, whether you want to build up a career in the field of finance, accounting, auditing, taxation, and accordingly take a call of which global certification are you willing to take, whether it's ACCA, CFA, CIMA, CA, CS, whatever it is that you're willing to do. Each of the certifications come with their pros and cons, like I discussed this of ACCA. In the coming videos, I will also make such detailed videos for CA, CFA, CIMA, CS. So please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram. I'll see you all with another video. Take care guys, bye-bye.